So good morning. I hope that many of you were able to be a part of last night's performance of Rising Tide, the Crossroads Project. I don't know about you if you were. I am still high from it. It was amazing. It was just wonderful. So yeah, I'm kind of probably too amped up for you this morning because of that. Get some coffee and join me in my excitement. I'm Sarah Mincey, and I'm the director of the integrated program in the environment here at Indiana University-Bloomington. And IPE is a really unique entity. Our website is environment.indiana.edu. You can go explore what we do. But in short, we are an initiative under the auspices of the provost here at Bloomington, and we work across 3 different schools that support us: the College of Arts and Sciences, the School of Public and Environmental Affairs, and the School of Public Health. But we represent all of the environmental and sustainability-focused initiatives on this campus. And so I have such an exciting job because I get to learn about all these wonderful things that are happening across campus, even in the business school or the fine arts school or media. It's just so fun to be a part of it all. And a lot of what we do is academic programming. We manage several undergraduate programs. We also manage the IU Research and Teaching Preserve, which is over 1,600 acres of natural lands that is for research and teaching. But one of the really exciting things that we get to do is projects like the Crossroads Project, which is what you're part of today. So I'm excited to have you here. IPE is not the only game in town at the Bloomington campus. There are so many other folks that are focused on the environment and sustainability, so it's such an amazing time to be here. We have the Sustainability Office, and they work across academics and operations. They connect those two for a living learning lab for our students to make our campus sustainable and our community sustainable, and giving students, real-world experience in actually implementing sustainability practices. Many of the undergrads that I'm managing their academics for are doing this co-curricular work with the office, and it's just so inspiring. We also have the Rural Center for Excellence. This is a program, or engagement. It's engagement, right? Rural Center for Engagement. And the Rural Center is working across southern Indiana right now, trying to implement, actually implementing wonderful projects to try to build sustainability across this part of the rural portion of the state. We have the Environmental Resilience Institute, which is a research initiative funded a couple years ago, $55 million from the university, invested in preparing the state of Indiana for climate change, and really beyond the state of Indiana, right? Everything they do will be a model for the rest of the country and the world. So it's an exciting time to be here. And with all of that, that sets the stage for us to think about what kind of work can we do to contribute to all of this energy that's going on right now at Indiana University-Bloomington. And so more than a year ago, I think I came to Betsy Sterrett, my partner in crime, in putting on this Crossroads IUB project. And I said, there's this amazing performance piece that I've been told about. It's called Rising Tide, the Crossroads Project, and I think we can write a grant and we can get them here, and it would be wonderful if we can add on to that some other things like a symposium where we can inspire people in our own community to try to build interdisciplinary projects like this that will inspire sustainable behavior in people in the face of climate change. And so that's exactly what's happened. I wanted to just kind of give you that context for what's going on. In case you weren't at the performance last night, the Crossroads IUB project it was 3 different events. You're at the third one today, this symposium, but last night we had a special First Thursdays event, which is a monthly activity that happens that celebrates the arts, and it was an environmentally themed one, so that was exciting. And then right after that event, we had the Rising Tide performance at the IU Cinema, which was amazing. And then now here we are at the symposium. And all 3 of these events, and the whole point of Crossroads IUB, is to explore the question, how do the arts and the humanities and the sciences synergize to motivate sustainable behavior in the face of climate change? And so that's the question we're going to explore even more deeply today than we did yesterday. So we're going to continue this conversation today. I want to give you an overview of what's going to happen today. Some of you are here just for the morning session, but then we have an afternoon session as well. The morning session is exciting. We're basically going to set the stage for the workshop session. So we're going to hear from the experts this morning. We'll have a keynote address by our very own Jason Kelly, who is at IUPUI and is very much an expert in bringing together the disciplines to address the question that we're looking at today. We're also going to hear from Dr. Rob Davies, who is the lead of the Rising Tide, the Crossroads project. You were the initiator of it, right? And so Rob is going to talk to us about his experience with the Crossroads project. Then we'll have a panel discussion that will bring together all the collaborators who were a part of Rising Tide. So all of the musicians, the Fry String Quartet, the artist, the painter whose work we saw last night, and the composer. So we'll hear from all those folks about their experience collaborating across these disciplines to motivate sustainable behavior. Then we'll break, we'll have a lunch, and we'll come back together for our workshopping in the afternoon. And the goal there is we have wonderful proposals that were submitted by many of you today who are here, and these are projects that are really, I would say, Rising Tide-like projects. They bring together different disciplines to address the issue of climate change or environmental change. And so we're going to work on those together and try to improve them and move them forward, take next steps on them. And we can do that with these wonderful experts from Rising Tide, right? So the fact that we have them here means we're going to use them and we're going to improve our projects. So that's the overview of the day, and just a few more things, just sort of logistical things I wanted to get out of the way. In your packet that you got, there's an itinerary, basically just what I ran over. There's also an assessment form for today, and one side of it is about the morning session and one side is the afternoon session. So after the morning is over, you can complete that assessment for us so we can know how we've done in terms of meeting our objectives. I want to welcome you to continue to snack this morning. There's a lot of food and coffee and drinks over there, so this is fairly informal. So go ahead and help yourself to that. And then bathrooms are just down the hall and to the left. That's important to know. So just feel free to get up and move around if you need to. Lastly, I want to acknowledge all the folks who have supported us in making this possible. First and foremost, Betsy, I mentioned, was the co-PI on our grant that brought Rising Tide here, and she's been just wonderful to work with and very supportive. My staff, Teresa Dunn, who's the Assistant Director of IPE, and our graduate student, Amy Rowland, have been integral to making this all happen. And then, of course, the different entities on IU's campus that have been our partners, I need to acknowledge them. So the Environmental Resilience Institute is the administrative body for the big grant that I told you about, the Prepared for Environmental Change grant, and they've supported this. The Jacobs School of Music, the Arts and Humanities Council, the IU Cinema, and the Office of Sustainability. And the grant program that funded this whole thing is the New Frontiers New Currents grant program from the Office for the Vice President for Research at Indiana University. So, without further ado, I think it's time to get started with our keynote speakers. So first up, we have Dr. Jason Kelly. Jason is the director of